Native Americans are known to be a mixture of ancient North Eurasian and East Asian ancestry. So the question arises, how did this mixture come about and when did it take place? The study, Paleolithic to Bronze Age Siberians, revealed connections with first Americans and across Eurasia. In Cell, studies ancient DNA from the Lake Baikal region in Siberia, giving insight into this process. In this study, they report 19 newly sequenced ancient hunter-gatherers from the Lake Baikal and its surrounding regions, spanning from the Upper Paleolithic to the Early Bronze Age. The Lake Baikal individuals occupied a space on a cline running between Northeast Asia, ancestry represented by the Neolithic hunter-gatherer from the Devil's Gate in Russian Far East, and the ancient North Eurasian ancestry represented by the Upper Paleolithic Siberian individuals, Maltaboi, and Afansov-Gora individuals. The Upper Paleolithic genome from south of the Lake Baikal is placed close to the Mesolithic northeastern Siberian Kolmia individual and is shifted towards Native American.
Earlier finds show that the New World was discovered tens of thousands of years earlier than previously believed, certainly well before the time of the American Indians. But who were these pioneers? A much earlier wave of Mongoloids, or another race altogether? Clues to the identity of the first Americans are emerging in rock shelters in the northeast and southeast of Brazil. Archaeologists there have recently unearthed human remains. Prehistoric skulls were found buried in layers of soil 9 to 12,000 years old. They are the oldest skulls in the Americas. And this is the oldest of them all. The skull of a young woman nicknamed Luthia by scientists. Can she tell us who the first Americans were? Walter Neves is a physical anthropologist at Sao Paulo University in Brazil. He has been using a standard and reliable archaeological measure, the shape of the skull, to find out what race she belonged to. He fully expected Luthia to be a Mongoloid, an ancestor of the American Indians. But then he fed the measurements into the computer.
When we started running the computer and seeing the results, it was amazing because we realized that the statistics, the quantitative analysis we were doing was not showing just people to be Mongoloid. In fact, the analysis was showing these people was anything except Mongoloid.
So who was Luthia? And where did she come from? To find out, the skull was taken to a hospital in Rio de Janeiro to begin the process of reconstructing her face. The first stage was to make a three-dimensional CAT scan of Luthia's skull in order to build a replica. The cast was then given to Richard Neve of the University of Manchester in England, one of the world's leading forensic artists, to recreate her features.
That to me is a Negroid face that has all the features that you associate with a Negroid face. The proportions of the face, it doesn't say anything about it being Mongoloid.
Luthia belongs to a race found historically along the rim of the Indian Ocean, in East Africa, in the islands of South Asia, and in Australia and Melanesia.
Tongue bitches, full on the floor. Got stage on the door. Beating them ghetto witches. Speaking in tongue bitches, full on the floor. Got stage on the door. Talk shit, we the cast out. Long weeds, long nails, cornrow, pigtails. Baby father still in jail. Good witches I fuck with. Bad bitches we run shit. Four bitches, four corners. North, east, west, south shit. Good witches I fuck with. Hot dog on my broomstick. Witchcraft, bitchcraft. Like magic is nothing. I reach in my altar. I reach in my altar. I reach in my altar. Like one's on the counter.
I'm that black Rican bruja straight out from the Yoruba. And my people come from Africa, diaspora, Cuba. And you mix that Afro-Wet, that original people. I'm that black Native American, I vanquish your evil. I'm that black Rican bruja straight out from the Yoruba. And my ancestors Nigerian, my grandma's was brujas. And I come from the Nile.
Aborigine, which means what? Black folks. But you never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. You want to be called an American. Aborigine actually means from the beginning. Two Latin words. Ab meaning from, origine meaning the beginning.